What is up?
That was like a long pause.
Kind of. Definitely was a long
Dude,
pause.
I couldn't hear any of the music. Do we even have music in that little intro?
Yeah, it was playing. I heard
Joe, move over.
See, I couldn't
Look at
There,
there.
no,
You go.
back. Go back this way.
Now, listen, Joe, this is you. You wanted to do Instagram, so now you got to stay in frame. That's why Instagram's confusing, dude.
Oh, shit. What's up,
We're
guys?
live on Instagram.
What else we got here? Al Anonymous, Freon Leon. What's up, Randy Ravioli?
What's up, Nasty? Pat, what's up, man?
His little dog, too.
Somebody I just read who. Oh, Al Anonymous found an inline voltage mercury switch in the wild. The only time I've ever seen one of those was in a very, very old fryer.
Wait, no, I used to find those in old Linux units. They used to have, I think they used to have mercury switches, dude. Yeah. The Linux Epic units in the gas-fired heating section, they'd have a mercury switch in there, if I remember right. Yeah.
Some bitch. Oh, we're on Instagram now, huh?
That we are.
We have to start doing this every week then.
We have one viewer on Instagram.
Heck yeah.
They will come. You're on Instagram.
Wait, hang on just a second. Let's get this over with. Joe, talk.
Testing.
Okay, yeah, everybody take your headphones off when Joe adjusts his mic.
Was that loud? Sorry.
You throw it the microphone.
Well, you don't need to like tackle your freaking microphone, Joe.
Well, the thing is, you want me to move over, so I gotta, you know what I mean?
So can we see comments on Instagram?
You can't, but I can. It's really weird. They haven't figured out the Instagram thing. So
how do you see it?
I haven't seen Clive in a minute.
Heck yeah, Big Clive in the house.
Yep. Yeah, the Instagram comments, for some reason, they don't show up on the StreamYard thing. They're on a separate page.
Silly.
I was just thinking, we haven't had Big Clive on in a long time. I kind of miss the guy.
I miss Big Clive a lot more than you guys think.
Yeah.
I commented on Clive commented funny. There was a Nate Adams post talking about Spaceballs 2 because they just wrapped up production on Spaceballs 2, which I'm super excited about, but it's not going to come out till 2027.
Oh,
so
really? 2027?
Yeah. I'm almost positive. Yeah. I think they have like a freaking year of editing or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, he was commenting, so we were talking back and forth in the comments there.
You know what's that dude's name? Mel Brooks. Is that his name?
Dude's
you know how old he is?
Man.
Old as fudge.
He's
I know that.
100 years old right now. He's in a movie,
dude.
Oh, he's in a movie, eh?
He's older than the desert some of that movie was filmed in.
Yeah. I'm intrigued though because I was looking at the cast, okay, and
do they show like who's who character wise?
Well, they show the actors, okay, and they show that Mel Brooks, Rick Moranis came back. Rick Moranis hasn't acted for like 15 years, and he came back for this.
That's awesome.
I think it's longer than 15 years.
Yeah. Well, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids might have been the last stuff he did or something like that. I don't know. That was 90s. But interesting. Is it Bill Pullman? Is that who played? Yeah. His son's in it. So that gets my head thinking that they might be flashing back because also Josh Gad is in it. So it makes me wonder if Josh Gad's going to play like a younger Barf.
Well, I heard that John Candy's son is doing stuff to like honor his dad, and there was the rumble in the streets are telling me that he may or may not be in it.
Well, that would he doesn't show up as the cast, so unless he has a different name, I didn't see him on the cast. So if you look at the IMDb, it says who's on it, and Josh Gad was there, or whatever, the Pullman dude, and then his son is in it. And a couple other people. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know. I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be stupid, but I'm totally excited about it.
100%.
So.
You know who else is going to be in it? I heard is Tim Russo. I think it's Tim Roos or Tim Russo. He's the black guy from the desert who is also plays Tuvok in Voyager, Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy who says, "We ain't found shit."
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
In the desert. We ain't found shit.
What about that Princess Vespa?
She's back in it too. Same actress.
Is she?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope that they keep it. I hope they keep it relevant to the original Spaceballs theme. I hope they mock Star Wars in it. Like I hope they do everything that they did in the first one.
You know what we should do? I don't know if we can even do this, but somehow if we could, like, do a live show of us watching Spaceballs.
Yeah. That would be well, but see, I don't know if Joe would be interested in it. Are you even interested in Spaceballs, Joe?
I'll watch it come along. You know how it is.
Put your mic to your face, Joe.
I can't. It won't reach.
It doesn't
It won't
reach
reach because I wasn't set up for this. All right.
What?
He was the one that told me go live on Instagram, go live on Instagram. So I did it. And
Yeah, because you knew you discovered it. You could go vertical now. So I figured, you know what? Why not?
Can you point it towards your face at least?
It is kind of.
you don't have to look at the camera. If you look at your mic, it sounds a lot better.
You sound fine, Joe.
Yeah, that sounds much better. No.
You also look better with the side profile.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but it is bummer. John Candy's not going to be in it, obviously. And but it makes me wonder, like, what is Josh Gad's character? What is he doing? Unless, Josh Gad. No, Josh Gad.
He wrote that whole movie.
Oh, I bet you anything? Does he play the Gremlin dude, the Schwartz guy? I wonder if he plays him because that was a Jewish dude. So I could see Josh Gad playing him.
Like maybe the son of the original.
Maybe. I don't know.
Interesting.
But why are we getting ads during the lives? We've always gotten ads during the lives. I think they're set up to play every 18 minutes, I think, or something like that is what they're set up for.
We have no control over that, of course.
Well, we kind of do, but we just
kind of do. Kind of do.
Yeah, kind of do.
Adam needs his $30. I think that was the YouTube AdSense for the month was $30. I think so.
Was it really? Huh.
Hey, can I read boots for a minute?
Adam, do you actually have that transferring into your bank account, or is that just like building up and there's like $5 million?
I don't know. I don't know if it's definitely not $5 million. I mean,
it's gonna be close to that.
It's got to be getting something.
4.9 probably.
So I got two stories this week.
Go for it.
The first one I want to share involves Chris. So a quick shout out to my apprentice Cody, if he's watching. I don't know if he's watching. He literally just found out that I was a part of the show.
Oh my God.
How lame I am. And he's like a viewer, a watcher, I was gonna say.
Wait, he's been watching, he doesn't know it's you?
He didn't realize it was me. Because I was talking about Chris. And I was like, you ever watch the Overtime show? He's like, are you on that show? I'm like, yeah. And he brought it up. He's like, oh, that is you. I'm like, yeah, it's me. I just wear sunglasses. Is it like this is great of a disguise? Like people can't recognize me?
You're like Clark Kent and Superman. Like, no, it's Freon. Thank you, man. That was awesome.
People don't even realize it. So anyway, I was working with this dude the other day, and me and him, as always, we got talking about Chris because that's what me and most of my coworkers do. We
awkward,
just
dude.
about Chris. And so I was just like verbally jerking off Chris, basically. And he's
usual.
Like, as usual. And he was like, man, I learned so much from that guy, and blah, blah, blah. And I was telling him like how I started my channel because Chris's channel, and he helped me out in the beginning and this and that. And he's like, yeah, dude's awesome. He's just going on about him. I'm like, you want to call him? He's like, I don't think he really knew anything. I was like, yeah, let's call him. Let's see what he's doing. So I call him. I pull Chris Stevens right there on my phone, like fucking name drop this dude. I'm like, yeah, let's call him right now. I'm fucking cool. Let's call him. This dude doesn't answer him.
So then I see I was busy working on a HVACR glycol thing, whatever. So I was busy. So when I was all done, I called Bill and he goes, did you get my message? And I was like, nah, man, I'm super busy. What's up? And then go ahead. But I'm gonna play the voicemail in a minute that you left me, but go ahead.
And then so me and my apprentice, which by the way, he's technically an apprentice, but he's a pretty fucking smart dude. So I use the word apprentice loosely. But so he got to talk to Chris, and like he was just fucking stoked to talk to Chris. And I earned some brownie points because I'm like, I know the dude, I'm the gatekeeper. So here you go. There's your but dude was fucking just, living it up, just in the clouds.
So we don't have to go deep into this, but like I got to tell you that I don't understand that. I genuinely don't. And
I know you don't.
It's so
neither do we. Trust us.
Like I don't get it. Like
that's what I told him.
I'm just I'm not even tall. He's a really short dude. He's like 4 foot nothing.
That's what I told him. First time I met him, I walked up to him. I'm like, I thought you were taller in your video.
And I look up at Bill. Crap, you're tall, and like your eyes are cutting into me like freaking what is it? Not Magneto. What's the dude?
Cyclops
from freaking Wolverine. Yeah,
he could be. Bill could be like a Viking.
So So
anymore.
whatever, that I talk to Bill, I say hi to his friend. Of course, right away, I'm like, hey man, just so you know, Bill's paying me to say my name is Chris Stevens, dude. Like, just whatever. Like, and then at the end, I was like, Bill, make sure you give me that money you said you were going to PayPal me, man. So
make me feel even lamer.
Yep. But so then later on in the day, that night, I got home, whatever, I'm doing my thing. And then I'm sitting at my computer, I think editing a video. And I look down and there's a voicemail on my phone. And I was like, oh yeah, I never listened to that voicemail that Bill left me. So I was like, oh, I'm going to just play that real quick, just out of nowhere. And this is the random crap that Bill leaves me. Oh, well, or not.
Which was posted on HVAC Overtime Facebook group.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I need a service call. If you can come in and lower the urinal because it's too cold on my wiener. So if you could come over, I just need the urinal lowered, much lower. Like just put it on the floor for me. That would be super handy. Thank you. Come again.
Handy.
This guy, man. That I'm gonna cherish that voicemail, by the way. So,
yeah. What do you think? I wonder what he was thinking when he heard that. When you're talking to this answer machine like that, what was his face like?
I think that he just thought I was bullshitting him.
Yeah.
Until Chris actually called back, and then we got to talk to him.
Nice.
I did that once, but I met some dude at a bar eating dinner at a geothermal conference, but he didn't care about you guys. You know who he cared about?
Who's that?
Ted Cook.
Oh, okay.
And I did the same thing. I'm like, you want me to call him? He's like, yeah. So I called Ted on the phone and I did the exact same thing, you know.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
So,
awesome.
Bill, how's those shoes holding up so far?
Oh, so I have been going through I don't have them with me right now, but they're upstairs. So I've been trying to find a new pair of boots. About a month ago, I bought a pair of Carolinas that were ill-fitting, and I didn't like them. And then I went to Red Wings, and I thought that I had maybe bought the wrong size boot because my feet are shrinking for some reason. So I went to Red Wings, and the guy measured my feet. He's like, yeah, you got, it was like maybe a 13 wide or something. I'm like, well, I used to wear 14. He says, like, don't worry, your wiener is still pretty big. So I'll get you some 13s. I'm like, cool. So we got some 13 wides. I ended up getting the Red Wing, I think it's called the Classic Mock Toe in copper. Like super great looking boot, like $380. But I'm like, you know, fuck it. I'm going to drop this money. I'm going to get these boots. They're going to last forever. But dude, these are the stiffest boots I've ever had. Like,
oh, they're stiff still.
The leather on them, I swear to God, is a 1/4 inch thick. Like I got a spot on my my foot where it's just like wearing a hole in my foot through my skin. It's awful. But everybody that, you know, online anyway, all the reviews are like, oh, they're super uncomfortable at first. You got to break them in. And then they're like, you know, the most comfortable boot ever. But right now, dude, they fucking suck. They're so hard to wear. So,
oh, good.
I was just going to throw it in the chat. Like anybody out there who has Red Wings or a similar kind of boot, that's just a stiff leather boot, like what was the wear-in process for that? Like, because it's killing me right now.
So I have a pair of Irish setters, which are Red Wings. They're the pull-on cowboy boot style, the square toe ones. Oh, and those, I love the look of them, but they were ridiculously uncomfortable on my ankles, breaking them in the leather. Like it seemed like forever, but I also didn't wear them every day because they're not work boots. They were just like go out personal boots, whatever, work around the yard stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, once I broke them in, they to this day are the most comfortable boots I've ever had in my life.
How long is the break-in process? Because that's what's going on.
It was weeks, dude. It was weeks. Like it, but for me, I only wore them every once in a while, so it lasted months. But once they did break in, like it was amazing. And to this day, I still want another pair of Irish setters. The funny thing about those was I'd never been to Red Wing before, and a few of my employees, they all got together and they got me a gift card for Christmas one time. And it was a couple $100 for Red Wing. It was like $200. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, like you didn't need to do that. That's amazing. So I go into Red Wing, like, okay, I guess I'm going to go get some new boots with a $200 gift card. That ain't shit.
Nope.
Dude, for Irish setters, they were like 300 and change. I was like, oh, damn. So I bought they're still to this day. Like when my daughter and I went on a road trip, I wore those the entire time. Never took like the whole time. Dude, they're so comfortable driving in a car, working, whatever. But
so let me ask you guys this. Did you buy the insoles?
No.
They're worth it. I will tell you that right now. They're so much more comfortable when you buy insoles. They're more money. I think it's an extra $100.
Yeah.
So much worth.
A coworker of mine got the insoles, and he was just going on about them. But I was like, just maybe when I break them in, then I'll get that, because the insoles they have, I can see they're not like, they're okay. But
what about the tough toe? Did you get that?
No, just the classic mock toe.
You got to get that epoxy, man. It makes the toe last so much longer.
Well, I feel like that's just gonna like wear off later, because my goal is to just have these boots for years and years and years, put a new sole on them every couple of years, and I feel like that toe cap will just eventually like peel off.
So
they really
like
don't.
For the since you don't do kitchen work anymore, Bill, I could see your boots lasting years. But with kitchen work, I wear the toes out even when you get the hard rubber epoxy ones. Like right now, I literally just bought new boots, ironically.
Yeah, your old boots.
I just bought new boots yesterday, and they are freaking worn out.
New boot goofy.
Yeah, but the weird thing, though, is I don't know if you guys have Boot Barn, but I went to Boot Barn, and because I wanted to find something different. I tried every cowboy-style slip-on boot, but they just don't support my ankles enough for work because I roll my ankles a bunch. So I ended up buying just Timberland Pros again. And this time, though, they changed something with the Timberland Pros. First off, this is the first time I've had even Timberland Pros, a set of boots with no break-in, dude. I put them on, and I'm like, I don't even feel like I have new boots. They're perfect. Absolutely perfect.
The King boots I normally get are like that, no break-in period.
But the other thing, though, was you had to buy the stupid expensive ones. So I was like trying them on. They had a couple different styles, right? And this one had arch support. And I was like, well, I'm old. I need arch support and I need the toe guard and all that. But the downside was they have this new goofy lace thing that's like a button you push and you twist it and it ties this plastic string.
Yeah, my coworker, that's exactly what he got. And he was like,
I'm afraid.
You got to get this.
I want
cool.
Looks like it's
cool.
great.
But the thing is that it says, I think it's like a lifetime guarantee on the thing. But if you break it, that's great that there's a lifetime guarantee, but that doesn't help me go to work tomorrow. You can't put normal laces in them.
You got to have a spare pair of boots. And you know what? Hey, Clive, actually, I was shopping on eBay for boots, and I bought a pair. I sent them back to the guy because they didn't fit right. But my Carolinas and another pair of boots are listed on eBay. Actually, no, I sold the other pair of boots on eBay. So I have my Carolinas listed on eBay right now because they're too big.
But
it's go ahead.
That twisty thing, though, I will say it perfectly tightens the boot. You just push it, twist it one rotation, and it's almost like Back to the Future when he puts on the boots and they auto lace and tight. Like that's what it feels. You're just like click, click. Whoa, this is awesome. They don't come loose at all.
I would love a pair of boots. Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say I would love a pair of boots like that, but going inside in and out of customers' homes, annoying. Laced up all to the top, annoying.
Oh yeah, because you wear the Bloodstones, right?
Yeah, slip on.
Yeah, but Joe, with that little twist knob thing, it's not the same as like tying laces. It's just a quick.
Well,
I'll check it out. They're called boa laces, the clicky thing. And he says that it takes 10 minutes for the people to repair them. But who? Do I have to take them to Timberland? Like, because I just bought mine from Boot Barn. They didn't know anything about them. So
take it to
That would be cool. Sorry, Bill. It would be cool if you could bring them to Timberland and they fix it. That would be cool.
But you know, I used to have a pair of tactical boots that just had the zipper up the side. And that was the best. Easily, by far, the best sort of way to wear a boot. Done.
I bought those boots on your recommendation, and those were the most uncomfortable boots I've ever owned in my life.
Wow.
Be a man.
Fighting words. Why? Why were they uncomfortable?
They're just like, well, first off, they're like, man, they're like, the boots are so tall, it like almost reaches up to your freaking knees. It's crazy.
Yeah, they were kind of tall. I didn't like that either because they cut into my giant, stupid calf muscles.
Not only that, like in the cold weather, does the cold come through that zipper?
I never noticed it.
Okay.
No.
That's good. Sorry, Bill. Chris, one more thing on this topic. Jason said $200 work allowance. Honestly, that should be the allowance for all people that work for jobs. Like you're wearing you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be $200.
My problem is in kitchen work, like boots, honestly, like the last boots that I had, I just bought a set of Wolverines because I wanted to try them because they're whatever. I just wanted to try a different brand, and they only lasted 3 months before my toes are completely worn out. And I'm like, dude,
see, it's got to be that grease.
Yeah, it must be
the tile on the floor.
Yeah, something.
Paper, man, like a fucking grinding wheel.
I feel like they know it and they make them that way. So today we had an incident, like a legit accident. Like a scary one today at work. We were lifting an exhaust fan up on the side of a building. We were using our 24-foot Sumner equipment lift.
Ooh.
So this is the one that has telescoping arms. It has 3 different telescoping arms. One goes up, and then another one goes up, and then another one. It can go all the way to 24 feet up. We've used this thing for like 15 years, all the time. We use it to lift like lighter exhaust fans, nothing super heavy, but
like you're not putting a rooftop unit up there with it.
No. But this thing can lift up to like 600 pounds or something, but we've never pushed it that hard. We just 100-pound exhaust fans, just things that it's like, do we really need a crane for that? Like, let's just use the lift,
Right.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Just phenomenal. It's been an amazing investment.
How high does it go again?
24 feet.
Not
and
bad.
mind you can also get 26 feet if you flip the forks, but it's rated for 24 feet is what it's rated for. It has telescoping arms. It has outriggers. Like this thing's fully loaded. Like, so it legit lifts up. It's safe. We've used it for years. No incidents. Today, we had our first real incident with that thing. So we were lifting an exhaust fan, and I had both the apprentices with me. And so, of course, like I'm ad nauseum talking to them about safety all the time. They probably hate it, but today they learned why. So we were lifting, and I had asked one of the guys that was working with me, hey, tighten the locks on the wheels, because I had to push it forward, and I said tighten the locks, and he tightened one of them. We had the load probably like 6 feet, so it wasn't even up yet. I saw and I was like, oh, the lift's moving, go tighten the wheel lock so that way it doesn't move. And so he tightened one of them, and then he proceeded to walk under, and I said, hey, stop, don't ever walk under the load. You walk around behind me, go to the other side of the lift. And I have to tell them that, and it's all learning. We have hard hats and everything, and that's why, but don't ever walk under the load. I said, because you never know what's going to happen. Even if it looks like it's only 6 feet in the air, you just never know, man.
Nobody wants to get a load in the face.
Exactly. No load in the face. So, so he did that. And I told him, I said, this is why you just never know, And so he walked, I stopped him. He walked around me, walked to the other side, put the other wheel lock on. Then he proceeds to walk back behind me over to the side. And then I have another guy on the roof getting ready to receive the exhaust fan when it gets up high. And so we're lifting it up. And I'd say we're probably 20 feet up, and I'm ratcheting it up, tap, 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 nice and slow. Out of the blue, no warning, I hear a big boom, and the whole lift drops. Now, in my mind,
scary.
I think it dropped like 8 feet, because I looked and I was like, holy fudge, But my apprentices both said, I think it dropped like 4 or 5 feet. And I go, either way, no. And when it dropped, like the exhaust fan, it didn't fall off or anything like that, but it like kind of moved and it bent the curb on the exhaust fan, but the lift stopped. It didn't drop to the ground in my mind. And so I'm processing everything, and I look around. I've got one apprentice over here. He's safe. And I look up on the roof, obviously nothing wrong with that guy. Everybody's safe. And I'm like, okay, are you, like, let's assess the situation. And literally right when that happened, I looked at the guy that was down with me, and I said, that's why you don't walk under the load ever. You never know what's going to happen. And I tell them all the time. And I told him again, I said, you need to go home today. This job is not worth your life, meaning that he needs to go home at the end of the day, like it's not worth it. So, so then I'm like, now I have to go into, okay, I've got to lift like 15 feet up now, or whatever it is. It's still stuck in the air. There's an exhaust fan on it. And I'm like, and it dropped. So something clearly happened, but I'm like, is there a safety stop? Like, I don't understand what happened, So I have to go get an extension ladder, lean it up against the side of the building. And then I grabbed a rope, and I have a special rig for pulling exhaust fans that are really light that I made that hooks to like 4 corners of the exhaust fan. So very carefully, I'm up on the extension ladder, like trying not to touch the lift, because I don't know if it's going to drop more. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm carefully clipping into the exhaust fan, throw the rope up to the other guy. I tell him, you're not pulling the fan up. I said, all you're doing is putting pressure, because I have to now try to lower this lift, and I don't know what's going to happen, So I'm like, you're just holding pressure. I'm not expecting you. He's not leaning over the roof or anything like that. I just told him, just throw the rope over, stand on the other side of the parapet wall, pull down on it, and just hold the load. It's not, again, it's 100-something pound exhaust fan, so it's not that big of a deal. Then I just proceed to slowly lower the lift down. It comes down like butter, no problem. So then I'm looking, the safety cable's there. everything's intact. And so in my head, I'm sitting here thinking, what happened? Like, did the cable slip? And I'm like, no, there's really no way, because this cable goes through like these 5 bars that lift up each one. And I'm like, everything's intact. The only thing I can think of is as each one is lifting, so you lift the first bar up, then it grabs the next one, and then it lifts the next bar up, and then it grabs the next one, and it lifts. So that's how you get your height, right? It has like 4 different extensions or whatever. The only thing I can think of is the cable somehow bound up in there and lifted 2 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And then when enough tension got on it, it released and dropped. But then the reason why it stopped when it came down was it actually hit the true cable, you know? So dude, that was a butt pucker moment. Like, and so this was like the serious learning lesson. Again, like I told my guys, this is why I'm so obsessed with safety all the time. Like, you never know what's going to happen, you know? And that's why I told my other guy again, like, had that dropped and you walked under the load, like, that's why you never, you know? And like, it's rare that we ever get these moments because we all think of them and heard them, but we've never seen it. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Like, even the apprentices, as they were watching, when the lift came down, like the whole thing shifted like it was going to fall, but it didn't, because the outriggers caught it, because it has outriggers on the side and everything. So like, it caught it. But if it didn't have outriggers, that lift would have came down, you know? And granted, everybody was out of the way, but still, like, holy moly, dude, like, seriously. So we packaged the lift back up, put it in the trailer, and we drove back to the shop. I pulled the exhaust fan out, and then I had the apprentices hook up the lift to or the trailer to their van. Take that fucking thing to the dump. Fucking just, I'm not even gonna try to repair it. I said, no, that thing's 15 years old.
On Facebook.
It's fucking gone, dude. We're gonna buy a brand new one. And that thing, I'm like, I don't even care. It's
Bill would have got,
you know,
that for sure. Bill would have got it. Hey guys, I got a lift here. Guys in the garbage. Perfectly fine.
Someone went to the dump, the recycling center near me, the metal recycling center. They probably pulled that thing out, no problem. They're gonna repair it. But I was like, it's not worth it, dude. That thing's cursed. Like, nope. But the crazy thing is we probably paid, like, I bet no more than $2,000 like 15 years ago for that lift. I bet you that. Well, actually, I'm looking online right now. They're like $6-7 grand now. So
made your money for sure.
We're gonna buy another one, but like, just, dude, that was a scary moment, and I can't stress enough. That's why I wasn't filming it or anything, but
you should have filmed it. You should have filmed. That would have been
everything.
Quality footage.
Always
that would have been.
Yep.
Jason said we had to have a safety meeting today. Some guy in there stay had a Vitalik fitting blow off chiller and smash his arm. Okay, it's a little briefing of a safety meeting, but what can you really do? Like, can you take any precaution and something like that happen?
Make sure it's not under pressure, because he was probably taking it apart when it blew.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. In that case,
says check Harbor Freight, Chris.
Harbor Freight for what? A lift? I ain't buying no lift now.
Do it.
Yeah, I had one. Well, actually, Harbor Freight does make kind of half-ass decent. Well, they don't even make half their stuff. They just have it made. I did hear a rumor. I read something online. Don't know if this is true. Another social media creator said that someone from Navac told him that they make the Harbor Freight battery operated pump. So don't know if that's true, but
it would surprise me.
Yeah. But Harbor Freight, I had one of my employees a couple years ago. This was many years ago. Over the weekend, he came into work on Monday, and he was limping. And I'm like, what happened, dude? And then, yeah, exactly. Imagine the comments from armchair experts on that video. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Oh, I'd hit 1 million with that one too. Easy. But yeah, no.
For sure.
Everybody would be like, oh my gosh, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. Trust me. Everybody was safe. We were like, I'm hyper safe about that crap. But I had a guy come in on Monday, and he was limping, and I'm like, what happened, dude? And he literally proceeds to pull his pants down. I'm like, hey, and he pulls his pants down. He had a big old gash on his leg, and a grinder disc blew up, and he didn't have the guard on his grinder, and it freaking shot him in the leg. He had to go to the emergency room. It hit him right next to the artery or whatever, but it didn't hit it. Wow. It was right next to it. And then I'm like, yeah, what do you mean grinder disc blew up? Like, I don't understand. And he's like, yeah, man, it just shattered and it exploded on my leg. And then it was like later that week we were doing something, and he had to use his grinder again, and he pulls out his grinder, and I'm like, bro, where'd you get those blades? He's like, oh yeah, I picked up a whole pack from Harbor Freight. And I go get those, throw them all in the trash. You don't buy freaking grinder disc cutoff wheels from Harbor Freight. I'm sorry. No, you don't do that. I don't even care if they get made by everybody else. Don't buy cutoff wheels from Harbor Freight.
I was just going to say that, Ted. See, did you see that? Frickin' nice try.
I'm trying, you know, I'm turning a new leaf.
I'm not trying at all.
Nope. So yeah, I had a scary butt pucker moment today, but luckily because we were prepared for it. That's why I told my guys too that, the other thing that my guys are probably hear from me in nauseum is whenever we're doing like equipment replacements and like, let's say we're changing a package unit and we have to disconnect everything. I always tell my guys, you never destroy the equipment disconnecting because you never know what's going to happen. ACs, exhaust fans, everything. Because when this lift dropped, I was like, we're not doing this job. It's not happening today. And luckily, all we did was turn off the power switch. We hadn't unhooked the electrical. But had we unhooked the electrical, we wouldn't have destroyed anything. Because some people are like, let's just get a grinder. We'll just cut everything off. It's fast. No, because you never know. We had working equipment. We're replacing proactively. We were able to just turn it back on, tell the customer something happened with the equipment. We'll be back. And, you know, we're going to get it all fixed up. But
oh, God.
He buys his grinder just from AliExpress. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This gentleman is saying, I had similar with a grinder, a similar situation, I guess. Blade ripped skin off my arm. I still feel anxious about a big grinder wheel. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. It is scary, man.
Growing up, like I was taught to take the guard off the grinder. Like just take the guard off because everybody does it. But now I as I've gotten older, I'm like, I get my guys all the time. If I see your guard taking off your grinder wheel, we got problems. Like, nuh-uh. There's a guard on there for a reason, you know? Luckily, you get get a nice Milwaukee battery operated one. The guard is one button push, moves to all different directions. It's super easy. They have offsets on them now. So,
yeah, it's not worth it. At least wear glasses if you have it off, right?
Oh, man.
Jason, I had a guy drop 12-inch piece of spiral duct. It hit him in the pinky finger. Had to have my finger sewed back on. Dude, it's amazing. 2 times I seen something happen at work with stitches. It was from spiral duct because you guys know when that shit splits apart, it's fucking blade. It's freaking. I hesitate a little. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so sharp like a blade. And one guy his arm, and the other guy stitches in his head.
See, my secret agenda here is to stop cussing so that way Ted convinces us to hate Canada and kick Joe off because now Joe's the cusser. So,
jeez,
the custard.
So, Bill, how'd that boiler go? Is it running now or what? You should have posted that picture. That was a good picture to post.
Oh, with the one with the heat exchanger?
Yeah,
we actually got that up and running. After we replaced the heat exchanger for whatever reason, the person who quoted that didn't get new headers. So we put it all back together and found out that there was a tiny leak in one of the headers. So we went back there and put new headers on it. But yeah, it's running like a champ now, man.
Yeah,
that was the most in-depth thing I've ever done on a boiler. I've never changed a boiler heat exchanger in my life.
And that's a big job.
It was kind of cool. I mean, it was a lot bigger than I thought. And this one, it's kind of weird the way, because it's like 6 foot long, 4 foot wide, and it'll sag in the middle. Obviously, when it heats up, it'll sag. So it's got this support bar that you have to put across it. That's pretty cool.
What make was it again?
Raypack.
Oh, Raypack. How old was that thing? 30 years old?
No, it wasn't that old. I mean, it was. It's an older one, but I don't know. I think it's 10, 15 years old, maybe.
That gentleman that was working with you, is he knowledgeable on these boilers, or?
Yeah, he's pretty good with them. He's definitely more knowledgeable than me. Like, I was trying to pick up a lot of good little things. Like, just I don't even know if that they're best practices. They're just things that he likes to do. For example, when he's putting unions together, he likes to put a little bit of like thread lube on the union and then on the back of the nut just to take away the friction of it, so you just get it nice and tight. Like, you know, put some anti-seize on there, maybe some pipe dope or something. I was like, that's a good idea. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I never really knew
that. It's like flare fittings, right? Same thing. Put a little bit lube on there to stop it from binding. Yeah.
See you next time.
Cool.
Especially
Jessica.
Oh, see you later, Jess.
So after, oh, good.
No, go.
I was gonna say after that lift, my nerves were shot after that incident with the lift.
I bet.
So we came back to the shop, and I just needed to decompress. And both the apprentices had been asking me. They'd been like, because I told them we did a change out on some evaporator coils, and I was like, we're gonna save those coils. I was like, that's like perfect brazing practice. So we came back to the shop. I was like, I just really wasn't feeling, and we didn't have like anything pressing. So I was like, you know what? I need to chill for a little while. I need to decompress. We're going to do some brazing practice. So we came back in, and it's freaking awesome, dude. Like watching people enjoy what they're doing. I'm going to share this image right here, but watching the apprentices enjoy like learning and everything. Cool. Just watching them. So they're getting in here. And what we did was these coils, we had marked the refrigerant leaks on them. So basically we just pressurized with nitrogen. We found the leaks, and then I just gave them instructions, sand it up, and the first thing we did in braze training was we have some scrap copper up on the top. And so they brazed just a simple joint. And then I said, okay, now that you know how to braze a simple joint, the next thing you do is you're going to fix a hole. So you just have them create a hole, and then I taught them like, using normal copper, it takes a good 45 seconds to, 50 seconds to burn a hole in it. And I go, so you're going to learn how to fix that hole. And then when one of the apprentices was trying to repair the leak on the coil, he burned a hole in it in like 5 seconds because it's super thin copper, because for the efficiency and stuff. So yeah, it was just nice. Like I just needed to decompress, and then they got to, get in there and do some braze training, and they were really liking it. So
and they're learning with oxyacetylene setup, so which is great because that's I would say
they both were able to see and learn on oxyacetylene in school, but school's a little bit different than real, and so like I told them, how do I turn this off?
Safety glasses too.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing.
I was looking at all that refrigeration technology stuff you had on the show.
Yeah, actually I'm running out. I need to restock, but we're definitely low. But yeah, so we're really big trying to make sure that, I stress. Cause like the thing is that when I was coming up, like I get it. We all were the same. Safety wasn't taught. It was just like, don't burn yourself, and if you do, you're going to learn. But like, I try to do things differently, and tell them, if you look at how close they're getting their faces to do it, it's like, well, they're going to get a pop, and that's, that's why you wear glasses, and, so. Yeah.
I remember like 2 weeks ago when I almost died when we were changing out that motor, and
you flow acetylene while bracing. Nasty.
Metal just came down.
I do remember that, dude. Too bad you weren't filming that.
Yeah, thank God I wasn't. I wasn't wearing a hard hat either.
Yeah.
Clive mentioned something about eBay. Actually, this week, I don't know about you guys, but since Amazon came out, eBay has been like nothing to me anymore. Like I don't even go to eBay anymore. But this week I went, or the past couple weeks, and I found 2 things that are cheap. Actually, one thing I'm getting is a board. I don't know if I told you, there's a captive air unit, Chris. We were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The fire safety ignition board.
Yeah.
Used, but like in perfect shape. Obviously, he's going to keep his name. 3 bills. I'll probably get it even cheaper over here or anywhere brand new is like over $1,000 for that thing.
Yeah.
So
but as soon as warranty though, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, saving $700 though.
Jason, that's pretty awesome. Message me later, Jason, because my super top secret project that I'm not telling people about, I keep making that circle bigger and bigger. So message me later, and I'll tell you what I got going on.
You might as well just tell everybody at this point.
I'll tell them right now.
Not yet. We're almost there. I'll
put it in the chat.
But I can tell you right now, the project is, I gave approvals for everybody to start all the expensive shit that I have to spend to get this project done today. So I gave them the
great investment. It's going to be fun. That's another step. It's going to be awesome.
I love eBay. I only use it to buy like my old toys that I collect, but I love it. Love it.
Yes, Clive, absolutely. It's huge for stuff like that. And that's why I always find these things that you can't get anywhere else on eBay. It's strange. So because people have them. So it saved me $500, if not more.
Like actually one of the companies I used to work for a few companies ago, they would like a scrap rooftop unit that would come in. They would take all the visually good components off, like a contactor, these little boards and stuff. And they would sell them. If they could test them, they would. If not, it was just sold as is. But they would, harvest what they could off them and sell it on eBay.
Really?
So I have never been a person to harvest old parts. Just never been our business model. Never done anything until COVID happened. Right. And COVID happened and we couldn't get anything. So we still had a lot of Linux package unit replacements, and their boards were obsolete during COVID. They couldn't get them. So whenever we were changing, because we have a lot of proactive customers where they would change units that were still functioning, we started pulling all the boards and the expensive like disconnect switches, because we couldn't get those during COVID. Like they would ship us units with no disconnects. Like, wow. So we had to, we harvest, and it's still to this day. Now we don't sell them, but because we work for the same customers all the time, like I have a stockpile of Linux boards and Linux disconnect switches for when they can't, because there's still some shortages on some things to this day,
or extended wait times. And
so it's like now, if I need a disconnect switch for a brand new unit, it's like I have one, and when I say disconnect switch, because I'm obsessed with like the looks of things, I like the factory installed recessed disconnect switches. I don't like installing the external ones that don't fit right. And so it starts to mess with my issues. So I prefer just, installing these, and then we'll wait till they ship us the right one. Then we'll go back and put it back in, but at least we can get them safely up and operational. So
what's this? The recruitment, the same struggle over there as we are in the UK. We are poor of taking youth into the trade. Yeah,
absolutely. Although I got to tell you, I have been seeing, I just came back from a class this week that I taught in Georgia. Shout out to our old friend, Justin Biebs. In Georgia. But there was this company had a lot of guys in their 20s, but I do think fewer and fewer people are going into the trades for sure.
I would say that one of the issues we have in HVAC with young people in the trades is when they go to the trade schools, and there's some really good trade schools, but there's some really bad ones that try to convince students, because they act as recruiters for the industry, and they try to convince people to get into the industry because of what they can make. So they inflate these apprentices with the idea that they're going to make $80,000 to $100,000 a year when they're done with school, which is absolute nonsense. As an apprentice, as a one-year tech, it's very rare. So what they end up doing is going into the residential side, where they potentially can make $100,000 a year, because they have to learn deceptive sales marketing. Not all residential companies are deceptive, but unfortunately 99% are. And and then they're selling, they're making spiffs on $100 air cleaners that they're selling for $800 that really are just harming the homeowner more than doing anything, and so it drives them into a bad side of the industry, where they and they see that first glimpse of high pay because of a sales commission. So then they constantly do it. So then they become, sales techs that sell incorrectly.
So
basically.
I want to know, I want your guys' opinion on this then, because like I think there's companies that they have performance-based pay, right? And then there's companies that are like straight commission. There's all different like models out there. How do you pay a technician based on performance without causing them to become dishonest?
I haven't figured that out. I want to know, because you want to incentivize people to stay, not to sell, but to stay, because the sad truth is that if you don't teach and you don't treat people right and you don't pay extremely well, they're going to jump ship for the first opportunity where someone promises that they're going to pay well, but then what they realize is they have to go work for an unsafe contractor. They have to, they're getting laid off every winter, or that kind of stuff. So, and I'm not criticizing people for having to lay people off, because times are weird right now too, but it's just, like I stress about that stuff and wonder, like, I need to hire someone, but if I hire someone, we're going to slow down, and I don't want to have to lay someone off. So it's like, I take the load on myself, and then I'm dying inside because I'm working 24 hours a day when we're busy, because I'm afraid to hire another person for when we slow down, like it's that weird shit. So I don't know the answer. It's a mess though.
There's the guy who bought my company. He has a ridiculous amount of maintenance agreements. He offers, a discount on service when you purchase a maintenance agreement, and it's seriously kind of stupid the way he's got it set up not to buy a maintenance agreement. But like that's the only reason why they're busy and why they work 40 hours a week in the slow season. And like everyone works 40 hours a week because they have so many maintenance agreements, you know.
So he's doing something right. Yeah.
But let's see, what I like is, at least in the field that I work in, there's things that I like about restaurants. There's things I don't like, right? But like we just had a customer that started up a maintenance program, and it's a phenomenal maintenance program. Like they legit have us spend 6.5 hours at the store doing cleaning, scrubbing, coils, belts, legit maintenances. So we have free reign to fix what we want. And like, that's perfect for apprentices because the apprentices get to learn. Maintenances are the best place to learn when you could do a true maintenance, not a loss leader maintenance, like a real maintenance, you know? And it's just hard. It's really hard.
On jobs like that, how often do you go back? You know, how frequent are those maintenance visits?
For this particular customer, we're going to do a maintenance there every quarter, but the thorough maintenances are going to be 2 times a year. So it's going to be super deep dive where we're spending 7 hours at each restaurant just on the rooftop equipment. 2 times a year. We're going to be spending 6 hours just cleaning the ice machines 2 times a year. Now let's see if, you know, the way the economy is going, let's see if they continue to do these maintenances. But right now it's phenomenal. And it's so easy to find work because that's the thing about commercial in the restaurants is you don't have to break things and you don't have to be deceptive. Everything's broken. You just open your eyes and report to facilities. Hey, you've got an exhaust fan leaking grease. Dude, I've changed more exhaust fans in the last 3 months than I've changed in the last 5 years. I'm not joking. Because the customer's like, we want to get on top of it. We're sick of restaurants being shut down because an exhaust fan goes down, you know? So proactively, if there's a problem, let us know. They don't even like me changing motors. It's to this point that sometimes I will just change a motor and tell the customer, like facilities, guys, it's going to cost you $7,000 for this new exhaust fan. I could, you know, put a $800 motor in this and this fan's in perfect shape. So I'll just do it and then, you know, deal with them later. But if I give them the option, they're like, yeah, just change the fan. Because they just want like warranty. And it's like, yeah, but changing fans involves a crane, like all this stuff. And it's like, dude, I can go get a motor and be done with it in 2 hours. You know, let's just do it.
Exactly. Change the whole thing. Yeah.
It's nice when you have proactive customers like that. Now, cross my fingers that, you know, they don't change anything and they keep up with this amazing maintenance that they're doing right now because it's phenomenal. And it's great for the apprentices too, because they're doing like the apprentices. I'm going to start working them into light on-call rotation. Now, I'm not going to let them go on their own, but I'm going to be giving them head starts. You got an hour head start, depending on the severity of the call. You got an hour head start. I just did that with one of them the other day. I was like, hey,
but then you showed up after that, right?
What's that? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. We were both going to lunch and then I got on the phone dealing with my project that I'm doing and talking to a bunch of people and stuff. And I realized that I spent a half hour on the phone and I hadn't even eaten lunch yet. So he basically got a 45-minute start. I said, okay, head on over to this location, talk to the manager. They already rolled the reach-in out for you. Get your hands on it. I'll be there in about 45 minutes. Let me know what you find. You know, and he didn't find the problem, but it's just giving him that, you know, like get your hands in there, start, you know, figuring things out.
You're showing the customer you're going there early, you know, like on their call. Plus, you can start to bill a little earlier.
And it's a safe place for them to learn. Like if you told them, like, I'm going to be following up with you, or I'll be following behind you in about an hour or so. But
and I'm not charging for their time. Like I'm eating that, fully eating their time right now. Like there's times that I can bill for an hour or two or something like that a day of their time that's justified. But like I'm eating money on this right now. This is an investment, right? So this is an investment into the apprentice. This is all stuff that they know. And it's like, I'm not billing for most of your time right now. You are a loss leader for me, essentially, right? I mean, or whatever you want to call it, because you're an investment and you know, the investment's got to pay off for me. So that's one of the downsides as a business owner to truly training an apprentice is I don't make money off of them. I break even if I'm lucky.
That's
you know,
I will do the same thing.
So,
Ryan's saying in the Midwest in Chicago, he's saying his apprenticeship programs are been full for years. And I see a lot of young talent being developed. You know what? Here is before you go, Adam, because you're in Chicago. Here as well, they're not lacking for sure. Here, they're pretty good here as well. They're not like over, but they're there. They're full.
Yeah,
union and non-union. There's guys.
But I don't know. It's an interesting time. Like I get worried when I see like the prices of everything. I don't know how people are still going to restaurants because I can't afford to go to restaurants every day. I've cut back on things, but I mean, these restaurants are still killing it. I think people are just charging everything on credit cards, which is scary. Yeah. That's really scary. So, because that's going to come, you know, they're going to have to pay those bills eventually, you know, those
just on a meal at a restaurant.
Yeah. No, that's wild.
What are you guys doing this weekend?
Stressing about my project, I'm sure. I got tree trimmers coming on Sunday to trim trees.
Oh.
So that's a mess. My stupid dogs. Yeah, get a dog, they said, until your dog throws up and like 7 palm tree seeds come out. And you're like, dude, for real? And then you go clean up the dog shit and there's like 4 palm tree seeds in there. And it's like, oh yeah, his stomach's probably got 37 other ones stuck in there.
Oh my God.
So it's like, fuck, we need to get the palm tree people out here to trim all the stupid trees.
How do they look? Are they prickly? Sorry.
The seeds? No, they're just, they look like the size of like a peach pit, but they're round and they're smooth.
Man, that's pretty big.
Yeah, they're smooth though. So
I don't know if I could poop one of those out. That would kind of hurt.
It depends on, well, maybe not a peach pit then. I'd say it's probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter.
That's I mean, if it's got sharp edges,
come on. It's completely smooth, but still, I'm sure there's some in his stomach. I'm sure I'm gonna have to do emergency surgery on a dog.
Whole?
What's that?
He's just eating them whole?
Yeah, because they're dumb, bro. They're just plain dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb.
it's fucking dumb. Dogs are retarded.
I'm doing I'm installing a humidifier for that low load house that I designed. He called me. I'm like, I'll do it for you. I'll make a couple extra bucks this weekend. And then I'm getting ready. I just got back from Georgia, you know, our friend Justin Bieber.
Georgia.
And then next week I'm going to Tampa.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Be doing a class in Tampa, or actually 2 classes. So looking forward to that. Yeah.
Nice. What are you doing out there?
What am I doing? 2 airflow classes: duct system optimization and residential air balancing.
Gross.
Yep.
Nice.
Fun though.
Gross.
So I'll be in Florida. It was pretty warm in Georgia. Not terrible. I want to say it was like 40 degrees and they were all complaining. I'm like, guys, this is like t-shirt weather.
I know.
Dude, it was 9 degrees here today.
Dude, it hits like 42 and we're losing our minds here. I'm freezing in a beanie and a hoodie out recording the outros for my videos. Like, oh, I gotta go inside. We don't know what cold is here, man.
Hypothermia in California.
Dude, let's put it this way. I say this quite often in my videos. Majority of the time, if you turn a heater and a package unit on in a restaurant, all it does is create problems. Most of the time I tell my customers, stop turning the heater on. Just leave it on automatic. Let me set it at 65. They're like, no, we need it at 72. And I'm like, no, you don't. Trust me. You do not need the heat at 72. You need it at 65 because they pack that building full of 200 people. The heater goes on for 5 minutes. Then the air conditioner goes on instantly. And then the heater goes on. And then the air conditioner goes on. And then the heater goes on. And it's just like, stop. If a guest tells you it's cold, just tell them you turn the heater on. Give it 20 minutes. It'll warm up in the building. And just let it be. So we don't know.
Just tell him you turn the heater up and let him do his placebo effect, and they'll feel warmer. You know,
That's exactly it.
Just give them an unwelcomed hug.
Yeah.
-10. Yeah. It was like I want to say it was 0 degrees here yesterday in Chicago. Right?
Damn, -10 is rough, bro.
Yeah, I only go in -10 for brief amounts of time, maybe 2 hours at the most when I'm working on a walk-in. But let's be honest, most of the time it's not -10 when I'm working on it. It's like 20 because it's all iced up, you know? So
that's funny.
Oh, those temps are cute.
Yep.
30, 40 here in Austin. 35, 40, nice. And that's not minus, that's 40.
I was just in Austin a few weeks ago. What was it? 3 weeks ago I was in Austin, something like that.
Well, I was going to say, there's a couple guys in Florida, too. Why don't you tell the guys to meet up with you for a lunch or something if they're in Tampa?
I don't know. Anyone in Tampa? Like, do people go to Tampa? That's on, like, the west side of the state, right?
Tampa's north of Orlando, up to the left. It's on the Gulf side, right, of Orlando?
The Gulf of Mexico or America?
Gulf of America.
Gulf of America.
Left side, west side, I believe. Oh,
remind me to take these off next time you do that.
You son of a! And I bet some of the viewers too are nuts.
Is that the sound?
No, cyborg.
I hope you're. I hope your kid wasn't sleeping.
He has earbuds on or earphones.
So yeah, it's that time too where it's kind of cooler, so it's super dry. I've been talking so much today that my throat was killing me. So it's like tea and honey over here. That's the only way I'm getting through this stream right now.
Yeah. Chris and I will be in Vegas at the AHR.
Yep.
These other two schleps won't be there.
Nope.
We're going, if all goes well, Saturday morning before AHR, we're going to be at Red Rock Canyon doing a hike. Super chill, super cool. Just kind of everybody's welcome that wants to come. It's going to be, I think it would be weird for someone to get an Uber to Red Rock, though. That's kind of weird, but maybe, I don't know. Because you got to enter the park. So I think you kind of have to drive your own car.
Is that the one where you go for your Yellow Deli meetings?
Yeah, sure. No, Red Rock Canyon's like a super chill like area. It's just like a nice little hike up these rocks, and it's pretty in there. But
when is that?
Saturday before AHR.
Do you go with other couples and switch keys?
Oh yeah, fishbowl parties?
No, sir. Not that kind of thing.
You have anything planned, Bill? Adam, Chris, weekend?
Nope.
Except I know Chris is
watching kids all weekend.
Just working around the house, man. Waiting for the tree trimmers. Overthinking. Dude, my brain overthinks so much. So I'm trying to think every aspect of everything before it happens. So
and that will accomplish nothing.
Nope. I'll stress about everything. I'll go outside and stare at my yard and think, is this going to work? Is this going to fit? How am I going to get this in here? How am I going to unload the truck? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Who's going to say this? Who's going to say what? Where am I going to get the power? Yeah. So
easy with the tips.
Yeah, I know.
That's what she said.
It's almost there. I keep saying way too much.
Only on overtime.
Yep.
Bill, Adam,